Hello students, welcome to all CBTs, where you learn a lot and be equipped to pass every exam you write as a student. Today, we'll be treating 40 likely JAMB Commerce questions. Sit back and enjoy today's class. Welcome back, students. Let's go straight into today's class. We have the first question here, question 1. The most important function of commerce is in dash. Now, before you answer the question, the first thing that should come to your mind is the word most. Most. Very important. Most. The second thing here is what? Important. The third thing here is what? Function. So most, highest. Second, importance. 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 That is what is the core. What is the core? Now talk about function, role. So the most important function of commerce is in what? A, enhancing business relationships. B, helping people to improve their profits. C, facilitating exchange among individuals and firms. And D, assisting trade through banking and insurance. Now, what should come to your mind before you pick your answer is, what is commerce? Commerce is simply the distribution of goods and services from where goods are produced or where services are created to where it will be needed. And so, from my definition, you will know that enhancing business relationship is part of commerce, but it's a supportive role, not the main function of commerce. Also, helping people to improve their profits is part of the function of commerce, but not the main function of commerce. And so, our answer here will be C, facilitating exchange. Facilitating what? Exchange among individuals and firms. Exchange. So there's a movement of goods from the firm to the individual that need the product or services for their what? For their immediate satisfaction or their long-term satisfaction. So our correct answer will be what? Option C. Let's go to the next question. The three main classification, taking from this word main, very important. This word main, another word here is word classification. So the three main classification of occupation are what? When we talk about occupation, it's talking about an activity that occupies a person in order for a person to become what? Valuable to the society, therefore gets return in the form of salary, wages, or what? Profits. Now, so when you see the three main, when you talk about the three main function or classification of occupation, the three main classification of occupation, meaning that occupation here is what? Classified into three functions. So what are the three classifications here? A, we have construction, trade, and services. We have manufacturing, industry, and services. We have farming, banking, and trading. And we have industry, commerce, and services. So if you look at occupation, occupation is an activity that people involve in to what? To meet customers' need, to produce, to transport, and to meet the needs of what? Consumers. Now, our answer is what? Option C, industry, commerce, and services. Now, why is it that our answers, or why is it that our answer rather, our answer is not A, it's not B, it's not C? It's because A, B, and C does not talk about manufacturing, does not talk about distribution of goods and services to meet the needs of customers, and does not talk about rendering services professionally to meet the needs of customers. That is why our answer are not.
Get the cheapest science materials from allschoollabs.com.
Or rather, it's not A, B, and C. Our correct answer is what? D. Industry. This talks about extraction and manufacturing. Commerce talks about what? Distribution. Aids to trade. And services talks about, meeting people's need without rendering a physical product, as it were. Like, for example, teaching, farming. Question 3. An oil exploration company is engaged, take note of the word here, to explore. Explore means to search for, to make discoveries, to find. So the word exploration here means an activity that searches for what is hidden in nature. So an oil exploration company is engaged in A, tertiary production, B, constructive production occupation, C, extractive occupation, and D, secondary production. Our answer will be what? Extractive occupation. Why? Exploration talks about to extract directly from nature. Secondary production takes what has been discovered, that is, takes raw materials and transform them into finished products. Tertiary production talks about what? Services. Constructive occupation talks about building, taking raw materials, that is, building materials to build. And so our answer is what? Option C. Option C, extractive occupation. Let's go to number 4. Service rendered to the public is provided by who? Take note of the word. Service rendered, that is served. Public, talking about large number of people. Public is provided by who? A, the government? No. The government is what? An entity or a machinery that steers the affairs of a state through laws, regulations. All right. Option B, civil servants. So the correct answer is civil servants. Civil servants are people employed by the government to carry out administrative and social services. So our answer is what? Option B, civil servants. The creation of goods, number 5. The creation of goods and services to satisfy human wants is referred to as dash. The creation of goods, take note of the word creation. That's talking about creating something, forming something. The creation of goods, the forming of goods, and the forming of services to satisfy human wants is referred to as what? Referred to as what? A, manufacture. B, commercialization. C, production. D, entrepreneurship. Our correct answer is option C, production. Why? Production can be defined as the transformation of goods when they are in raw state into semi or finished products to meet the needs of customers or consumers. To meet the needs of customers and consumers. Manufacturing does not cover production. Why? Production does not stop at making goods. The end of production is not the making of goods. The end of production is taking the goods that have been made or the services that have been created to the consumer or to the customer. Now, production is complete when the goods and services produced has reached the consumer or the customer. So that's the difference between production, from manufacturing, from commercialization, from entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is talking about when one person comes up with a business, forms a business. Commercialization is when goods are taken to the markets. All right. But production is talking about transforming goods from raw state to finished products, then move it to where it is needed. That's the difference. So the correct answer is option C. Let's go to number 6 question. Resources obtained from the extractive sector. Think of the word extractive sector. The sector that extracts raw materials that are transformed into finished good or finished products are examples of what? A. Primary production, tertiary production, direct production. The correct answer is what? D. Secondary production. Why secondary production? Secondary production is the aspect of production that takes raw materials and transform them into semi or finished products that will meet the needs or wants of consumers. So our correct answer is option D. Number 7 question. Which of the
Run quick tests and analysis. Visit analysis.africa.
following is a limitation of division of labor? The word limitation here means restriction. What restricts the full capacity, the full potential, the full ability of division of labor? You know, when I talk about division of labor, we're talking about breaking down labor into smaller tasks, all right, so that there can be speed, there can be greater outputs in production. All right, so which of the following is a limitation? Which of the following limits the total output or the effective output or efficient output of production of labor, of the labor force in a production line? The first one is decline in craftsmanship, B, monotony of work, C, reduction in outputs, and D, reduction in labor force. The correct answer is B, monotony of work. Why monotony of work? Why not decline in craftsmanship? Division of labor does not decline craftsmanship, because why? Division of labor actually helps to what? To increase output of production and, you know, save time, increase efficiency. So it does not do that. Monotony of work simply means when a task given to one person is repeated all over and all over again, the task or the worker becomes, or the labor becomes what? Bored, because it keeps doing the same work again and again and again. So therefore there is not much creativity, because it keeps doing one thing and again and again. And because there will be no much productivity and creativity, all right, it will affect division of labor. That's why our answer is monotony of work. Number 8 question. Thank you. Number 8 question. An individual that links the producer with the retailer. Take note of the statement. An individual. Now, take note of this very carefully. An individual that links, that is, that connects the producer, people producing, the producer with the retailer. This is talking about this channel of distribution. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Channel of distribution. All right. Now, an individual that links the producer with the retailer is who? An agent? No. Why is not an agent? An agent is someone that stands in for another person. All right. That does something on behalf of another person. So it's not an agent. B, wholesaler. The answer is a wholesaler. Who is a wholesaler? A wholesaler is somebody that buys goods in bulk from producers and sell to retailers. And sell to what? Retailers. And sell to what? Retailers. Then retailers will now sell to the final consumer in smaller quantity. So it's a wholesaler. Now, question 9. One of the functions of a retailer is dash. Now, what will help people answer this quick? Let me give you a hack. What is a hack? A shortcut, a secret, a shortcut to get something done faster. So the hack here is that, who is the retailer? Once you know who a retailer is, you know your answer. Who is a retailer? A retailer is someone in the chain of distribution of goods and services that buys goods and services in bulk and sell in smaller quantity to the final consumer. So one of the functions of a retailer is this: financing of production activities. No. B, Provision of credit facilities to relations, no, that's the job of the wholesaler. Provision of jobs for customers, no, that's the job of what? Wholesalers or manufacturers. The correct answer is what? Breaking of bulk. The correct answer is breaking of bulk. Because when a retailer buys from wholesaler in bulk, they will sell to the final consumer in smaller units. Now, question 10. The main frame of selling directly to the consumers by manufacturers is the what? The main frame. Taking of the word, the main frame of selling directly to the consumers by manufacturers is what? What is the main goal? The main frame means the main goal, the main goal, the main goal, the main reason, the main reason. A, reduce transportation costs, no. B, make contact with individual consumers, no. C, discourage the activities of middlemen, no. What will now be the answer? The answer is what? Maximize profit margin. The work of, now the reason why they do this is to bypass the wholesaler and the retailer. They do that to what? In order for them to do to what? Make much profit. Make much profit. All right, make much profit. So the answer is D. We go to question 11. Balance of payments problems arise if a country's A, export is more than import, B, import is more than export, C, currency devaluation, D, invisible export is more than visible export. Our correct answer is going to be import is more than export. That is B. Why? Why B? Balance of payments, also called as BOP, means that imports, when goods are imported, that is brought from another country to the country, if the goods brought from another country to the country is more than the goods being taken out, there will be what? There will be problems in balance of payments. Why? There will be deficit in payments. Deficit means there will be reduction in payments. There will be
400,000 cheap medicines, cosmetics, and analytical supplies. Everything in one big place. allschoolabs.com.
Meaning there will be owing. There will be deficit in payments. And so if imports is more than exports, meaning that the money given out will be more than the money received, and that will lead to what? Deficit in balance of payments. So the answer will be import is more than export. That is B. Question 12. The three components of a country's balance of payments are what? Current account, capital account, and monetary movement account. B, capital account, trade account, and business record account. C, sales account, profit and loss account, and capital account. D, monetary movement account and trade account and sales ledger. The correct answer is option A. The correct answer is what? The correct answer is what? Option A. Why? Current account, capital account, and monetary account is a component of a country's balance of payments because they deal with external transaction. The others deal with internal transaction. The other options here, they deal with internal transaction. Question 13. A document that indicates obligation that is transferable by delivery and endorsement is dash. A document that indicates obligation that is transferable by delivery and endorsement is dash. A, bill of lading. C, bill of exchange. D, bill of exchange. C, documentary evidence. And D, negotiable instruments. The answer is not A, the answer is not B. Why? A is Bill of lading is a document, is a legal document issued by shipping company to what? To traders, to show that the goods that have been transferred, to show that what? Goods received will be transported to what? To the premises of the final buyer. So the answer will not be bill of lading. The answer will not be bill of exchange, because bill of exchange talk about what? A document that talks about goods that have been exchanged, that has been given to, taken from the producer or retailer or wholesaler to the final consumer. And our answer will be what? Our answer will be negotiable instruments. A negotiable instrument is an instrument that is used to what? Is a document used to what? Show obligation that is transferable by what? Delivery and endorsements. Number 14. The document which can be exchanged for a bill of lading is what? Take note of the word. Exchange means that can be replaced, that can be used to replace. And I told you that what? A bill of lading is a legal document given by a shipping company to a trader. Why? To show that that goods received have been transported to the final buyer. To the final buyer. So it will not be freight notes. It will not be what? Export invoice. This talks about export only. Ship reports. The correct answer will be what? Mate receipt. A mate receipt is a receipt that is used to exchange a bill of lading. Number 15. The price quoted, which includes
the cost of insurance, freights, and all delivery charges to the importer's warehouse is what? A. Free alongside ship. No. B. Franco. Yes. That's the correct answer. Free on board is not the correct answer, because this does not talk about the price quoted, which includes the cost of insurance, freight, and all delivery charges to the what? To the importer's warehouse. The correct answer is what? Option B. Why? A Franco is a free to house, a free to warehouse document that covers the costs, the total cost of shipping a good to the final consumer. That is, a Franco covers the costs of moving goods from the port to the final consumer. And so that's why the correct answer is what? A Franco. A Franco also means free to warehouse. Free to warehouse. Number 16. The purchase of goods under cash what? We have now the purchase of goods under the CWO system of payments implies dash. Now, what is CWO? It means cash with order. Cash with what? Order. Cash with order. Cash with order. So the purchase of goods under the cash with order system of payments implies that A. Money must be enclosed when ordering. B. Payments must be made on delivery. C. Payments must be made within few days. And D. Cash must be paid on spot. Now, look at the statement. The purchase, that is when you buy goods. What purchase means? To buy something. So when you buy goods, the purchase of goods under cash with order system of payments implies that what? A is the correct answer. Money must be enclosed when ordering. What? See, what cash with order means? When you buy a good, you must pay immediately. When you buy a good, you must pay what? Immediately. When you buy a good, you must pay what? Immediately. When you buy a good, you must pay what? Immediately. When you buy a good, you must pay what? Immediately. That's the meaning. So the correct answer is what? Option A. Now, the most effective, not limited medium. The most effective not okay, the most effective limited, let me correct this. Alright, so the correct sentence here is the most effective but, okay, alright, so take note of this, the most effective but limited, the most effective but what? Limited medium. Medium means a channel, a pathway. Medium of advertising in Nigeria is dash. Billboard. We're talking about the billboard. We're talking about you see a big board. They put poster. They can put a poster. They can put a banner to advertise the products. Television. Talking about screen, where there is motion, there is sound, there is sight. To advertise a product. Newspaper. Of course, we know what newspaper is. A paper used to talk about that covers information about a lot of things. And also, you know, companies advertise their products on the newspaper because a lot of people read newspaper virtually on a daily basis. The radio. So our correct answer will be option B. Television. The most effective but limited medium of advertising in Nigeria is television. Now, the word most effective here means because you can see what you want to buy or what is being advertised. You can hear what is being advertised. Alright, that's why it is most effective, but it is limited. Why is it limited? Because of high cost of purchasing television, and also high cost of taking into rural areas. That is why it is limited. So our correct answer is television. Let's go to number 18th question. A check that has been drawn but not presented for payment can still be honored. A check that has been drawn but not presented for payment can still be honored. A, within 6 months. B,
Run credible medical tests and chemical analysis here, from malaria to HIV tests.
after 9 months. C, within 9 months. And D, after 6 months. The correct answer will be option A. Why? Why option A? The reason why the answer is option A is that banks generally accept checks that are not yet stale within 6 months. What is the meaning of stale? When something has expired. So, according to the banking rule, checks within 6 months, take note of the word, after 6 months it becomes stale. But within 6 months, according to the banking rule, a check is still valid and can be what? Can be withdrawn, can be collected. Alright. So can be drawn. So the correct answer is what? Within 6 months. That's option A. Number 19. The major source of income, take note of the word, major source of income. Income means when something is coming in to commercial banks. Take note of the word, not, look at it, not private banks, commercial banks. Is what? A, tourism? No. Tourism does not talk about, commercial banks. That is when people come for sightseeing, either in the country or from another country, to see, wildlife and a lot of good things. Banking. C, communication. D, transportation. The correct answer is what? Banking. Why is it banking? Banking is talking about receiving interest on loan. Commercial bank make money when they what? When they put interest on loans that customers have come to collect from them. Alright, so the correct answer is option B. Mr. Lawan insured his warehouse against burglary, but it was later gutted by fire. This implies that what? A, option A, the loss should be borne by the insurer. B, Mr. Lawan is liable only for half of the estimated loss. C, the insurer should be what? Should make a consolation payment for the loss, and the loss should be borne by Mr. Lawal. The correct answer is option D. Why? According to proximate cost, and that is an insurance term. Proximate cost. According to proximate cost, the main nearest and effective cause of a loss or a damage is borne by what? By the insured. Now, what does this mean? It means that any good or any property insured specifically will bear the loss from that specific loss. What does this mean? If a customer or an insured person goes to an insurance company and say, insure, I've come to see you to insure my goods only. That is talking about burglary. And it did not pay for fire accidents. What that simply means is that if there's a fire outbreak, the insurance company will not bear the loss for fire outbreak. Why? Because the insured only paid for burglary insurance, not for fire insurance. And so that is the reason why the correct answer is what? Option D. It means that the loss should be borne by Mr. Lawal, because Mr. Lawal only paid for what? Burglary insurance. Look at it. Mr. Lawal insured his warehouse against only burglary. Only burglary.
Hi, I'm sure you enjoyed the video you just watched. To see more content as that, preparing you for your upcoming exam, make sure to smash the subscribe button and turn on notification. Also, remember that you can use the comment section to send us your questions or your inquiries, and we are happy to take them. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.